Dr. Chris Steidinger, DC, and this is Steidinger Method Workout number 15. This is an upper body shoulders workout. I'm going to demonstrate, we're doing 4 core exercises, and I'm going to demonstrate the technique using a dumbbell and with using the bands. You can just run through this exercise once, each exercise, or you can run through it twice. But in this video, I'll be running through it twice, demonstrating a technique showing with dumbbells and then also with bands. So we'll get started out, and we're going to warm up by doing scapular presses or scapular push-ups here. So I'm going to demonstrate the technique. So you assume a normal push-up position. We lock our arms and we just move our midsection. So you just feel your scapulas retracting and protracting. And we just want to do, I don't know, 5 to 10 of these. Just so you feel your kind of shoulders loosen up a bit. If you even want to do it, you can do crows too, where we would do this. That also works the same exact muscles and could be a little bit easier for you if you struggle in the push-up position. And again, we just want to move it a little bit till we feel these muscles here kind of loosen up and be activated. Okay, so now we're going to do shrugs. Shrugs is an upper trap exercise, and they're responsible for this. Okay, so this is the range of motion. Just that, we want to feel it's this muscle here. It's the trap muscle, and this, we're working the upper half of the trap. And we're going to do it a 10-second negative, a 10-second positive, and then a 10-second negative. Then we're going to rest for a few seconds, and then we're going to do 10 to 15 reps of a 1-second positive with a 2-second negative. Okay, so we'll get started. So again, we'll start with the negative, and then we're going to be real slow. And we can do this exercise with weights. We can also do it with the bands. Obviously, this one is with weights. All right, now we're down on the negative again, and we're almost done. 5 more seconds. Okay, all right, so you put the weights down, just take a break for a few seconds. Then we're going to pick them back up, and then we're going to go with a 1-second positive, 2-second negative. Okay, all right, there we go. So here we go. 1-second positive, 2-second negative. 1-second positive, 2-second negative. And we're just going to keep that pace. Up for 1, down for 2. We should start to feel a pretty good burn in our traps if you picked an appropriate weight. If you picked a weight that's too heavy and you're dying, just don't be afraid to put the weights down and then just kind of keep going with no weight. Same frequency. Or drop down to a lighter weight. That's also fine. Okay, so that's it. That's shrugs with weights in our hands. Next time I'll demonstrate it with the cables. All right, so now we're going to do shoulder press. There's 2 ways to do it, with dumbbells and with the bands. The first time through, I'm going to show you how to do it with dumbbells. And again, we're going to do 30 seconds slow, and then we're going to do 30 seconds faster. We're going to take a break for probably about 10 seconds in between. Okay, so we'll look to get started. Now, first thing about this is when we're doing a shoulder press, we want to really make sure that our hands are out here. And see how like I'm almost fully, my elbows are kind of fully locked back. We don't want to be here. This is kind of compressive and actually can interfere with what we have going on our shoulder. We want to be here. So we're going to start by doing a 10-second negative. And then we're going to kind of just come down nice and slow. All right, and we want to go really down deep. We want to get a full range of motion. Stick to your pain-free range of motion and build yourself up slowly. Okay, last 10 seconds. Okay, we really want to try to go as deep as we can. Kind of get those elbows back, get it down. Good. All right. Now we're gonna rest for a few seconds. Now we want to keep that same form, but now we want to go much faster. We want to go up for a second and down for 2. So it's a 1-second positive with a 2-second negative. All right. Okay, so it's going to be up for 1, down for 2. Up for 1, down for 2. for 1, down for 2. Again, we're going to try to keep this pace. All right, that's 8. I'll do 2 more. All right, there you go. That's shoulder press with dumbbells. All right, so this next exercise is side raises or lateral raises. And we're going to just bring our arm in this kind of range of motion. We'll work in the medial delt. And it's going to be in the same structure we've been doing all the other sets in, but the first 30 seconds is slow. We'll take a little bit of a break, and then we'll do the next 30 seconds a little faster. And we really, whenever we do any set or exercise, we really want to focus on the muscle we're trying to feel. And this is a harder muscle to kind of hit and feels, and you want to use a light weight and really, really focus on feeling it with the muscle. Okay, so we'll get started. And then we're going to start with a negative. And then we want to go really slow and controlled, and really try to think about that muscle working hard. Okay, so it's about 10 seconds. All right, and I'm going to start coming up. And again, we want to be slow and controlled and focus on that middle part of our shoulder there. Okay, then I'm going to come down again. Okay, I'm going to put it down. We're going to wait a few seconds, catch our breath, and then we're going to go back to do about 10 reps of a 1 second positive with a 2 second negative. So it's going to be a little bit faster. All right, so here we go. So 1 second positive, 2 second negative. 1 second positive, 2 second negative. 1 second positive, 2 second negative. This is about the pace we want to go, and we really want to concentrate on the middle of our shoulder and really, really having a good mind-muscle connection, good intentionality that that's the muscle we're trying to work, because that's the muscle we are trying to respond and adapt by making us stronger, which helps us be leaner, fitter, and healthier. All right, there we go. And that is lateral raises or side raises. The next exercise is posterior delts, which is the back of your shoulder. This is going to be with bands. The next time I do it, I'm going to demonstrate it with dumbbells. And we really want to have good form. We really want to focus on posterior delts. Posterior delts is an area that's underdeveloped on most people, and you don't ever want to have any undeveloped muscle group because it leads to injury, pain, and other problems down the road. So we're going to do a similar set structure that we've done on all the other sets. The first 30 seconds slow, a little bit of a break, and then the next 30 seconds faster. Okay. So I'm going to start the timer, and then this is kind of the form and the technique. You want to find a good distance away, and we're going to start with the negative. This is the negative. I'm just relaxing my kind of way through it. I'm going to do about a 10-second negative, then we're going to do a 10-second positive. I went a little faster than I wanted to go, and really focus on feeling it in the back of my shoulders. Okay, we're almost done. Okay, so there we go. Again, we want to feel it there and concentrate on feeling it there. So we're going to just rest for another few seconds, and now we're going to go back to it and go faster now. Okay, so I'm going to go, it's going to be a 1 second positive, 2 second negative. 1 second positive, 2 second negative. And this is about the speed we want to go. We want to really concentrate on feeling it in the back of our shoulder. Here we go. It's about 7 or 8. Let's do 3 more. Let's finish strong. All right, 1 more, and then we're done. All right, there we go. And that is posterior delts with the cables. The next time I do it, I will demonstrate it with the weights. All right, now we're going to demonstrate shrugs with the cable. It's going to be the same set structure and general thing that we did with the weights, just obviously we're just going to do it with the bands. And we want to set the tension that's kind of appropriate for ourselves, and you can do that with where you position your feet. So this is kind of the range of motion we want to do. And we're going to start with the negative. Okay, here we go. Starting with the negative. I'm going to do about 10 seconds
for the negative. It's not a huge range of motion, but it is working our upper trap. Now we're going to, on our way up, we're doing the positive now. First couple times through this it may feel weird, but when you keep at it, you'll eventually be able to develop a mind-muscle connection with those muscles. Okay, just a few more seconds. We'll take a little bit of a break. All right, so that was the first 30 seconds. You can see how I set the tension. If I thought that tension wasn't enough or too much, you can adjust your feet either way. And we want to make sure we have the right tension. We want to make our body work, but we don't want to kill ourselves. Okay. Okay, same thing. So now we're going to do a 1 second positive, 2 second negative. 1 second positive, 2 second negative. And this is the tempo we want to keep for the remainder of this. Totally lost count. All right, I think that's 8. It might have been more looking at the timer. Okay, we'll do 2 more. All right, and that's it. That is standing shrugs with a band. Now we're going to do a standing shoulder press. Again, same format. We're just going to use, I'm going to demonstrate it with the bands now. Okay. Again, we want to, and if this is the position we want to be in, you know, just like this. Okay, so we're going to start with the negative. About a 10-second negative. We really want to try to get a good, full, pain-free range of motion. Now, if you're in pain, stop. Obviously, don't do it. Stick to the range of motion where it doesn't hurt. All right, now we're back down to the negative. We're almost done. Again, whenever possible, try to go as deep with a full range of motion as you possibly can. Okay, all right. So we're going to rest for a few seconds, and then we're going to go fast, or much faster. So we'll do a 1 second positive with a 2 second negative. All right, here we go. So 1 second positive, 1, 2 second negative. 1 second positive, 1, 2 second negative. And this is about the speed and tempo we want to go at. We want to do about 10 or so reps. Really try to keep it as much of a range of motion as you possibly can have without pain. All right, we'll do 3 more. All right, last one. All right, good form. All right, come down for 2. All right, and that's it. That's standing shoulder press with a band. Now we're going to do a lateral raise or a side raise for our middle shoulder here, and we're going to do it, demonstrate it with the bands. Again, same tempo and technique for the set. The first 30 seconds a little slower, second 30 seconds faster with a few second break in between. Okay, so we'll get started. Okay. We want to start with the negative, so I'm going to come out here. I'm going to come down for 10 seconds on the negative. Again, try to concentrate on that middle part of the shoulder. Feel it working. Okay, and we're going to start coming up. This is the positive. Really, really feel that muscle working. I'm going to come down. I'm going to really, really have good form. Feel the muscle work. Okay, now we want to relax. We're going to relax for a few seconds, and now we're going to do about 10 more reps with a 1 second positive and a 3 second negative, so it'll be a little faster. Okay, and we'll go now. So that's up for 1, down for 2, up for 1, down for 2. And this is about the speed and the tempo we want to go at. Again, we're trying to feel it in our middle shoulder. and you're generally not going to be very strong when you isolate this muscle correctly. So you make sure you want to pick an appropriate weight where you really feel the middle muscle working and you're not having to recruit other muscles. So we'll do 2 more. All right, last one. All right, and great work. All right, so that is lateral raise or side raise demonstrated with a band. All right, so now we're going to do posterior delts, and this time I'm going to do it with a weight. The previous example I showed you was with the bands against the door. So again, we're trying to work down the posterior delts. That's the back of our shoulders, and this is what it looks like. So we're going to do it seated. You want to do it on the edge of the chair, kind of put your feet forward, and then you're going to lean forward, and you're going to do this motion and really try to feel the contraction with the posterior delt. So we're going to do the first 30 seconds. We're going to do a 10-second negative, a 10-second positive, and a 10-second negative. Then we're going to rest for a few seconds, and then we're going to do another 30 seconds of a 1-second positive with a 2-second negative. Okay? Posterior delts. So again, we start with the negative, and again, we're going to do this for about 10 seconds. And we really want to focus on feeling it on the back of the shoulder. Now we're going to come back up, and we're going to do the positive. You definitely want to use a lighter weight, and you want to focus on feeling it in the muscle. Okay, now I'm going to go back to the negative now. All right, and let's take a little bit of a break. Okay, now we're just going to rest for a few seconds, and then we're going to go back to it. We're going to do a 1-second positive with a 2-second negative. Okay, so we'll get back in position, and then we'll go. So up for 1, down for 2. Up for 1, down for 2. Up for 1, down for 2. And really concentrate on feeling it in the back of your shoulder. We just want to keep that pace. Okay. All right, let's do 3 more. There's 1. There's 2. And that's 3. So there you go. That was posterior delts with a dumbbell.